Breathe. Just breathe. Do you remember where you've come from? Do you remember why you are here? Do you remember what your purpose is? Do you remember that you are dreaming? Continue to breathe as you ask these questions, as you live these questions, not only for yourself, but for those around you, for those within this dream whose lives you will change through the expansion of your own individual growth. And it is through this unfolding mystery that we continue to awaken to more of who we are, that we continue to shift the paradigms. Aloha, multidimensional friends, hyperdelic dreamers within this beautiful crystalline matrix. This is Brendan, and you are tuned in for another very exciting live broadcasted wonderful thing that we got going on here through ParadigmShiftCentral.com, a real world interactive game to help shift consciousness. So huge shout out to all of those of you who are tuning into this live and those of you who are tuning into this in the future. This is going to be very exciting. This is going to be a very special Paradigm Shift Central game relaunch broadcast that we have going on tonight. So for those of you who are tuned in right off the beginning, right off the bat, live on the first go, starting at 9:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here for this broadcast, stepping in through that portal, then bonus points to you guys. But again, we're gonna get right into this, and this is gonna be a bit of experimentation, but this is really gonna be what is essentially us switching into new gears of the Paradigm Shift Central project. There has been some major upgrades within the Paradigm Shift Central game that I'm excited to be able to share with you guys. And of course, we will be getting some of our regular Paradigm Shift teammates into this hangout as per usual. So stay tuned, guys, because I'll be explaining a little bit about that. And for those of you who are looking to get involved with the hangout, just hang tight and I'll open up that link so that you guys can get right involved. And we'll continue to roll along with these as we go. But again, ParadigmShiftCentral.com, a real world interactive game to help shift consciousness. What is this about? What is this that we are creating? This has been a project that's been evolving over the years. And again, going back to the origins, it started out with the intention of me asking myself the question of how can I help change the world? And one of the ways that I answered that was through not only the creation of community, but through the creation of conscious media, through the power of storytelling, through the power of being able to invite people to reclaim their potential through their imagination, to reclaim their potential as dreamers, to awaken to their own multidimensional reality, and again, their potential as creators, realizing that all is self, realizing that there is much to this metaphysical mystery for us still to explore. So essentially the project in itself, and guys, as you are tuning into this live, please feel free to play the game by helping share it with your friends. Since I'm going to be managing the live broadcast part, everything that you guys can do in terms of helping share does go a long way. And I'll keep my eyes open on the live chat as we get going. And again, for those of you looking to join the hangout, we're going to actually activate that hangout link now. So if you guys are looking to join the hangout, then all you got to do is follow the link on the main website under this broadcast and click the big button that says join the hangout. So again, as we get into this episode, this broadcast being a game relaunch party extravaganza, which I'm really, really excited to be able to share with you guys, because essentially as a game, what Paradigm Shift is evolving into, again, what is this game? This game is the game of self-discovery. This game is the game of awakening within the dream, but specifically within the confines, within the container of what Paradigm Shift Central is, the game is about helping create a space where people can develop their abilities as conscious media creators and also community leaders, which in turn allow them to step into their badass light guardian Jedi potential version of themselves that each of us already is and already has within us, as we continue to be that light beacon, as we continue to be a permissionary is one of the phrases that kind of comes to term, where us being able to go out there and intentionally shifting the paradigms, intentionally spreading love, intentionally planting those seeds that is seen by others. And that is, again, part of the ripples that go a very, very far way within this game, within this real world project. So right off the bat, we got about 9 players, 9 people tuned in live right off of this one. And again, thank you guys for tuning into this. So allow me just to kind of take a breath here, because there's a lot that I want to get into, and it's going to be natural for me to kind of like get a little bit just like caught up in just like the enormity of what it is that we got going on. But I'm going to do my best to break it down for you guys. For those of you who are looking to join the Hangout, I'm actually going to post the direct link within the team chat on the website. So direct link to join. So if you're watching on YouTube, then head over to the ParadigmShiftCentral.com website and make sure that you're a member, and then you'll get the link to tune in. Again, this is a little bit experimental. We're going to be able to make sure that people can sync up with this. But okay, again, let me just join me here in taking a breath, guys, because I need to do that before we get into the details of that. But again, you know, what are we doing here? We are creating a global team of shifters. We are creating a global team of people who are creating art, who are creating media, who are working together as a team, who are intentionally helping shift consciousness, and who have been doing this for years now throughout this project. And with the recent upgrades to the website, this game is becoming very, very activated. So allow me to just take a breath here, guys, and feel free to join me in this moment of oneness. So just complete silence. Just allow yourself to relax, connect to your breath. The breath will guide you. Beautiful. So just allow the breath to continue to be present. That is part of the game, is like staying mindful within this practice. So let me just double check. I want to be able to just like kind of keep an eye on things. Again, we're going to be looking for people to join the Hangout, but I know we're doing it a little bit differently. So if there's going to be like any difficulties with people joining, we'll address that on the fly. But we do have 10 people tuned in live as it is. And yeah, what I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to explain to you some of the upgrades on the website, which we'll be able to do essentially. I'll be able to do solo essentially. And then as people kind of come in a little bit within the broadcast, then that will sync up nicely. So I'm just sending the link directly to a couple people on the team, and they'll be able to get that and join presumably soon enough. So there have been some major updates within the Paradigm Shift Central project, and this has been a big thing that I've been working on over the past month specifically. But again, like the website has been evolving continuously since it began. Like literally, if you've watched it, if you've paid attention to this project over the years, you'll actually see that there has been like many incarnations of the website. And it's kind of interesting because it reminds me a lot of the Matrix. You know, it's just like, be like, oh, like this is the 10th or the 11th incarnation of the Matrix thus far. It's like, this is like kind of the same thing for the Paradigm Shift Central website. Like this is at least like the 13th version, incarnation step within its evolution on the website. So one of the best ways for me to explain to you guys some of the updates is to be able to show them to you through the main website, and I'll be able to review some of it with you. And for those of you who are listening to this just through audio in the future, I'll do my best to explain things anyways. But one of the ways that, again, let me just kind of like step back though, because if people are tuned into the broadcast right now, what you can actually do is jump over to ParadigmShiftCentral.com, enter the game, and then you'll be able to see what I'm talking about, as well as being able to be active within the live chat on the website as well. But essentially, as the project is evolving, one of the things that we're going to be getting into is really focusing on the Paradigm Shift Central project as being thought of as a digital production house, like a digital media production house. And so one of the things that's going to be coming up within the evolution of the project is that we are introducing the shift teams, and then every every Monday, what we're going to do starting this coming Monday is we're going to actually schedule in a work period for the shift teams where we'll literally be having like a digital workspace where I'll be working on stuff throughout the day, and I'll have myself virtually available through the website, and people can come and interact with me, and we'll be doing versions of variations of broadcasts. So in the same way, if you were to like go to an office space, this is essential to work as a team, to work on media together. This is essentially what we're doing, but we've created this through the website. So that's kind of the intention. So before I even like show you what the updates are, again, just going over the intentions of this project are to help people activate their badass Jedi self and then to become shifters, people intentionally helping shift consciousness. And one of the ways how we do this, how I've found is a very exciting way to do this, is by developing our skills as conscious media creators and by stepping into our potential as community leaders. So again, within the bigger picture Paradigm Shift Central project, it is about people creating media, but then it is also about the physical paradigm shift communities that exist all across the globe. And again, the physical paradigm shift communities focus on regular open-minded discussion and meditation circles. And those are things that we encourage anyone to be able to start up where they are. Try again, reload. If anybody's trying to join the Hangout and they're getting like an error message, that's a browser thing. It's not the actual website that's causing that. So just try to refresh and you'll be able to sync in and get that updated as well. Yeah, so we already got Jesse in here as well. So shout out to Jesse. Jesse, we'll get mics open in a bit. So we're just going to kind of go over and explain some more stuff as we go. So again, what we're doing, we're building a team of media creators. The website is a platform for us to be able to work together as a team. And so I'm going to show you guys through screen share essentially what the website is looking like now so that you guys can actually be able to see how it is that we'll be able to use the website to communicate as a team. And so one of the ways that team primarily is by inviting people to be on the main website and to practice communicating as a team, to practice creating content media, to create what we refer to within the website as quest journals and conscious articles. And again, the quest journals are people sharing their own exploration of the shift in consciousness, their own unique perspectives on it. And then the conscious articles are kind of more refined versions of that, practical tips and tips related to exploring consciousness, as well as featured creations and gonzo journalism as well. So another thing I will just say real quick, guys, one thing that we're going to actually do, and again, like this is all just practice, so bear with me if it's kind of sounding like it's a little all over the place, but this is all just practice. One of the things that we're going to be doing is actually keeping these broadcasts short to 2 hours. So if you notice, normally in the past, these team building hangouts, if you're waiting for it live, they would kind of start at sometime between 9 and 10, depending on like when things get going. But with these team building broadcasts, what I want to be able to do is get into the habit of starting them right at 9:36. That way, so it creates more of a routine. That way, so people tuning into this can be able to say like, okay, like I know when it's going live, I'm going to jump on. I know how to find the links. I'm familiar with how the project operates. And then you guys can like sync into the project very effectively. So this broadcast is going to go from 9:36 to 11:36. That's 2 hours. So we're going to make the most of it. So major updates within the game. Let me switch things over to screen share and I will show you guys exactly what it is that we got going on here. So switching over to screen share right now, and this is the main website. Well, actually, if you go right to paradigmshiftcentral.com, that's going to take you to the main landing page. And again, for people who just listen to audio, just kind of do your best to imagine this. So whenever people like get like the shift buttons, and again, for people who don't know what the shift buttons are, stay tuned. We'll explain more about that. This is going to like, for people getting the shift buttons and everything, and for people just finding the website synchronistically, this is where they are going to land through. So what we want to do is if you just hit enter the game, that's going to take you right to the home screen, right to live.paradigmshiftcentral.com. And so within the main body of the website, let me just get a drink here real quick. Within the main, a lot of the upgrades have been through the addition of the heads up display. So one thing that you actually notice is that right now, window that has appeared that is linking people into this broadcast. So that means that in the future, if you know that we're going live at 9:36, you don't even necessarily need the specific link to the broadcast. You can actually just go to the main website and this pop-up will appear for you, linking you right into the Hangout. And then from there, you can also see that it already has the Join Hangout button, which will link you right into joining the Hangout. But as the project is evolving, the Hangouts are only going to continue being accessible to people who have created profiles through the game. So that's just like a little bit of a gate process to be able to prevent people from just like randomly joining, which has been a bit of an issue in the past. Not too much, but again, it's just kind of prioritizing it to the people who are synced up with the project in a dedicated way. So I'm just going to close this this pop-up here. So again, on the main website, we got a lot of awesome updates within the heads up display. So again, when you think of the website in the same way you would think of it as how you're turning on any sort of other video game that you play online. When you play online, you know, like when you play like your World of Warcrafts and your StarCrafts, your RTSs, you know, your MMORPGs, your Skyrims, your even first-person shooters, Quake or anything like that, you know, you always got your like heads up displays in your menus, and those are what you use to kind of like navigate within the game. Those are your tools and everything. So within the game, all that we have added is going to help us effectively navigate not only our ability to communicate with one another, but also just be able to make a more refined site that is incredibly badass, in my opinion. So starting off in the bottom left, you've got your buttons in the bottom left. You've got your voice chat, your ping map, your team map, your player activity, and your menu. And I'm going to go through this stuff really quick because I just invite you guys to explore this stuff on your own when you get a chance. So clicking on the menu, that's going to bring up your menu. And then underneath that, you've got pretty much like a lot of stuff that is essential, as well as other stuff that's kind of like miscellaneous. So again, you got your start menu button, which takes you back to the start menu. You got your team Patreon, takes you to the team Patreon. You got the enable push and mobile notifications. That's something I'll mention right now, is that we actually have mobile push notifications activated within the game. So all you got to do is click that link, follow the instructions, set yourself up, download the mobile app, log in, and you're good to go. And then you'll be able to get notifications beyond the dependency of just like Facebook and emails, which isn't really reliable. We're trying to get away from using just Facebooks and emails and things like that. So enabling the push notifications is one way to do it if you really want to activate within the game and get notified when broadcasts are happening in the future. Other things is under the about, you got your how to play, your create new profile, your project origin story, and then you got your journey, which links you to your profile. And then from there, you got your new quest journal, your new conscious articles. And then from there, you got your shift teams. And again, the shift teams we talked about in previous broadcasts, but I'll mention them again within this broadcast. This broadcast is going to involve a lot of kind of recapping. But again, with the game relaunch, this is all very, very important because there's a lot to it, but believe me, guys, it's actually very, very simple in its own sense. So once you become familiar with it, it's going to really create like an exciting flow for the whole team. You got your upcoming events. State the obvious, those are upcoming broadcasts, but that also has a calendar there so you can see what broadcasts are coming up in the future. And I'll go over that with you guys a little bit later. You got your central news, your quest journals, your conscious articles. You can browse them by category there. You got your video catalogs, which include the Paradigm Shift Central TV, which I'll explain in a second, and just assortment, including the free hugs, the Journey to Lucidity movies, the Sight Beyond Sight episodes, which I recommend checking those out if you haven't yet, the community video archives, which is again another version of everything posted and created by the community thus far. Then are the game assets. You've got a lot of variations of stuff. You got your community startup guide, which is your guide for creating a paradigm shift community. You got the complete media timeline, which is like a 2D, 3D timeline. You also have the calendar there, which shouldn't be there. Actually, that's a duplicate. And then you got your archives. You got a lot of other stuff that you can check out there, including the community index and shiftivism tools, which are files for being able to print off, such as your free hug signs and other larger signs used for shiftivism. So in addition to that, you also have your quest items market. That's going to be evolving in the future. And those are items related to the game and also eventually going to be items created by community members as well. But for the time being, that's where you got your shift buttons, your light guardian crystals, your paradigm shift shirts, and also your space light formula. And then you got your search button there, but don't worry about the search button. It's still a little glitchy. So that's the main menu. Again, and the beauty behind all of like this engineering with the website is that this is all mobile responsive. So this is, again, like what I've been working very focused on for the past while, is creating all of this design, and I'm very happy with it. And from there, you also got your voice chat. So the voice chat is going to be something that we're going to be activating throughout the week when we're in the process of working on things as a team. So again, like where this project is moving towards is being able to invite people to use Paradigm Shift as a creative media hub, as a creative hangout space throughout the week. In particular, this coming Monday, which will be our first work period from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to spend time working on conscious articles, if you want to spend time asking questions and learning about the site, if you want to work on graphics, if you want to help out with any of the teams in any way you can, show up on Monday on the website every Monday at between 9 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and just check in and either ask if there's anything that you can help out with, or find yourself your own sort of like objective and keep in touch with the team. So the team voice chat is essentially a tool that is giving us psychic abilities, more or less, is creating a psychic network hub. So the beauty behind the voice chat is that you can create the mobile app plugin for it, so you can actually, as a team, be able to communicate with each other on the fly, which is, again, something I'm very excited to be able to have with you guys. So we can kind of be like walking around and brainstorming and talking. And you'll notice that within the voice chat that there is all the categories for the teams as well, including, and I'll just mention them here, the animations team, the conscious articles team, the dreams team, the mental health team, mobile app team, the music team, the reality encyclopedia team, and the video production team. So those are some of the teams currently available. More teams will come in the future, and you can join the teams again by going to the menu and clicking on Shift Teams as well. So then moving forward, you got your ping map, and the ping map is going to show you how many people are actually tuned in onto the website, as well as where they're tuning in from. So if you were to look closely on the blips here, if I were to just like click on the team map, this is going to open up in a new window. And this is pretty cool because this like helps us kind of coordinate like where people are tuning in from, and also to be able to not directly like give away like people's information, but if you're smart enough with like knowing who's who, you can figure out like who is tuned into the website sometimes. So we can see some people are tuned in from Calgary, Alberta. I'm going to assume that's probably Zoe, if I had to guess. Cape Coral, Florida. Not exactly sure who that is. Maybe it's Bren. I'm not entirely sure. And Pullman, Washington, and London, Ontario. And again, that map is just kind of a cool way to be able to check in and kind of like see like what is actually actively happening on the site. And that is something that's going to continue to grow. Another thing I'll just mention real quick, again, moving forward, now that the site is activated, I'm just going up to the top and just kind of clicking on the buttons. A big part of the objective of the game is going to be sharing some of the content on the website, such as the community created quest journals. So you can actually see when you click on the quest journals tab, the recent quest journals, and there's some new ones there by Bren and by Danny and lots of other ones. And over the coming weeks, I'll be looking for assistance on being able to help share those through the team, and that will be something that we'll actually be coordinating on the Mondays as well. So if you guys are on the Mondays, you can actually help me out by doing some social media stuff with me as well. So just going back down to the team map, again, that was a ping map. The ping map is the one that kind of just shows you like who's online and where the blips are and the total number of visitors. And then you got the team map. And again, guys, like these upgrades are some next level stuff. This is like some next level website design. I'm really happy with how it turned out. And this was, yeah, like this is all done by me and everything. Some of the graphics, shout out to our friend Brock Springstead, who helped with some of the graphics that I was sourcing. And again, opening up the team map, this isn't necessarily something new, but the fact that it is readily available makes it very exciting. So again, this is a tool that you guys can use to click through the map and to actively find which shifters are near you by pulling up their profile, and from there being able to connect to their profiles within the main Paradigm Shift Central website, as well as getting an idea of who they are are in terms of their astrological sign, primary elements, archetype patterns, passions, skills, gifts, interests in learning more, and inspirational sayings. So there's a lot of awesome stuff that you guys can check out just by going to the team map. And I invite you to just kind of browse the team map, just kind of randomly click around, you know, pretend you're playing Pokemon or something like that, right? And just kind of like click around on different places, whether they're people near you or people all over the map. And again, if you want to get added to the map, all you got to do is create your profile through the Paradigm Shift Central website. And then of course, you also got your Shift communities. And again, guys, I know I'm going through this pretty fast, but the best way to explore and learn more about the website is just by going on it yourself. It's created very intuitively. So it's created to be explored very intuitively. So through here, again, you got all your Shift communities on the map, but that will be updated over time. Ideally, as it evolves, we'll be able to have more specific location, like scheduled meeting times for individual Paradigm Shift communities. So that way, so people can get a button and then they can go to the map and they can find the Paradigm Shift community where they are, and that will sync them right into the next meeting that they may be having if the Paradigm Shift community by them is currently actively having a meeting. And then down here in the bottom left, again, you have your player activity. So again, much like on Facebook and other social media tabs, this is a really cool feature that, again, I had to hack the shit out of to be able to get working. But this is basically giving us all of the recent content happening within the game. So this is where you can see what people are posting specifically, or also notably within the teams, within the Shift teams, because that is where they'll show up on the feed. You won't always get notifications. So sometimes you got to make a habit of checking the player activity. But again, I think that's really a really exciting part within this game is that there's a lot of stuff to kind of check in. And I think Facebook kind of, you know, like plays on our psychology of like wanting to open up that mystery box, you know, like, oh, I wonder what new notifications I have. I wonder what new updates there are. Every time you open it, it's a little bit different. Player activity can kind of be thought of as the same way. You know, you want to be able to check in there rather than just being told what all the updates are. You get to check them for yourself, and you can tell which ones are new based on them being new to you. So player activity is a very, very exciting feature there. So up in the top left, we're going to those menus. And again, I'm just going to go through those real quick. You got your quest journals, your essential news, your conscious articles. And again, each time you click on these, they will load up and you guys will be able to see what's new and exciting. And again, quest journals, those are all content being created by the community and awesome stuff there, videos included and everything. And I'll be helping you guys make more of those and helping feature those. Again, like the quest journals are the place where people are able to utilize the Paradigm Shift Central project as a platform to be able to help their voice be heard, to be able to know that their voice is being seen by other people within the conscious community. I mean, it's us collectively creating an archive that will be able to help a lot of people in ways than I think we may even be fully aware of. So the central news, and plus the big part about the quest journals is the practice of you being able to express yourself. Creating your own art, creating your own journalism is a big part of our personal evolution from my own experience. And again, it's something I want to invite other people to experience. So under the central news, that is where you'll find all your broadcasts. Again, this isn't anything new if you guys have been on the website before, but now that it is nicely organized in categories, you can quickly access it any point, anywhere on the website using your menus at the top. So the central news is where you'll be able to see all the live broadcasts as well as updates. So the game updates, I'm going to do my best to release those Monday mornings before we switch over into the Shift team's work period. So I'm going to try and get those on first thing in the morning. And those will kind of be like a recap of like either what's coming up in the week or what has happened and other things that people will be able to get involved with as well. And they'll kind of be like a 10-minute version of essentially a 2-hour broadcast and maybe would be happening here instead. So again, central news, that's what that is. Conscious articles, again, state the obvious, the conscious articles are created by the community. And again, the conscious articles, we encourage people to get to the conscious articles after they've done a few quest journals and to work up to those. And the conscious articles, since they're on their own kind of unique feed, they will have a different sort of like chronology presentation relative to the quest journals. Quest journals, there will be like more frequency, higher frequency of them. Conscious articles will kind of be like less, but like they'll be bigger. They'll kind of be higher quality in some relative sense. And then so again, like those will also be shared through the social media and inviting you guys to be able to share those as well. So here's another really cool thing before we get into the other buttons up at the top. And then from there, we're going to be able to bring on some of our players into the game and to get you guys just involved with the conversation and hear from some updates and what you guys are excited about being able to create. Because again, like that's a big part of this game is I want to know what you guys are excited to create about, and I want to be able to help you guys in creating it. So the shift missions, again, within the tabs up at the top, the shift missions are going to be something that's going to be evolving. You'll see you have, this is really cool. I think this is like something that just really kind of gamifies this, right? You know, by turning this into a game, it gives people incentive, it gives people objective, it gives people excitement, it brings in that element of play. The gamification of things is very, very powerful. So under the shift mission, you have your main quest, and then you have your side quests. And so the main quest is essentially, at this point, 13 quest missions, 13 shift missions that are pretty much laid out so that as you learn to do them, you will activate into your potential as a shifter. And again, you know, what does an activated shifter look like? An activated shifter is someone who is sharing their art, who is speaking their voice, who is out doing free hugs, who is facilitating community meetups. You know, these are all examples. Like an activated shifter is going to be different for each and every person. So it's not like you trying to meet an expectation, but through the exploration of the main quest, you will inevitably be able to unlock more of your abilities as a creator and as a community leader. So within the main quest, you got some specific things, and then I'll go back to that in a second. And then in the side quest, you got some additional sort of like not like super like it's going to change like everything, but when you do check out the side quests, they are going to be kind of miscellaneous objectives that the team will be able to focus around, and it will also be related to social media, and it's kind of experimental. We'll see what kind of pops up through the side quest, but right now the ones within the side quest, for example, there's a side quest of activating the mobile and push notifications. So that's a side quest for you. Like that's like a little side quest, because once you activate those mobile notifications, you're kind of like unlocking a new ability within the game. So if you accomplish the side quest of activating your mobile push notifications, then you'll unlock that ability. And so I just clicked on the mobile push notifications there just by accident. But again, page is loading up. Just going back up to the top to the shift missions. Let me just check in real quick. So we still got 9 people tuning in. I just want to be able to hop over to the YouTube channel. So I'm just going to send a shout out to you guys. Much love. I'm just going to read some of these real quick, and we're going to right back into these. He looks like a teen idol. Oh my God. Thanks, guys. Your site, it says, finish this phrase. Oh yeah, Tim, if you're looking to finish the phrase when you're creating your profile, run a search on and like I could just answer for you, but there's like a little bit of a puzzle there that you have to solve. So figure out the phrase as above ... what comes after. So if you don't know what that is, that's okay. You'll be able to figure it out though. Just continue searching. I don't want to spoil it for you right away. That's part of the game. So just going back to this, on the shift missions, your main quest. So let me just read over the main quest real quick. And the main quest that we got is quest number 1, how to be a shifter, and in the brackets, Legend of the Light Guardians. So that's going to kind of really be kind of like this like narrative of introducing what it is that we are actually doing from that higher top-down sort of metaphysical perspective. And from there, we got how to use the game website, which is essentially going to be me having to create another video that is going to be kind of like summarizing almost what I'm talking about here, but trying to do it in a very concise way. And then from there, we have number 3, creating quest journals and conscious articles. And again, so as these things start to layer up, this is how you begin to activate your ability to collaborate within the project. Number 4, free hugs and shiftivism tactics. So again, a very important part of what it means to be a shifter, learning how to do free hugs and shiftivism. Just click that by accident. I'm just going to reload this real quick. And number 5, once we get to that, I'm going to go back here. Take a second to reload this. Check in with YouTube again. Thanks for the comments. Guys are saying you guys love the HUD. Again, much love, guys. Again, if you guys want to share this broadcast, please feel free. I know, like, with this point in the project, my objective isn't really to try and like get like as many people tuned in as possible. My objective right now is to build a core team. So if you're listening to this, then thank you for wanting to be involved, and I look forward to collaborating with you. So number 4 is the free hugs and shiftivism tactics. Number 5, creating a paradigm shift community. Number 6, facilitating group discussions and creating sacred space. Very important. Number 7, leading guided meditations. Number 8, ongoing documentation and conscious media creation. Number 9, social media tactics. Number 10, shifting our diet. So again, it's taking it beyond just like the physical, like the website, but into like the journey of like, personal health. Number 11, conscious exercise and Jedi training. So again, focusing on the physical exercise and how that sort of relates to embodiment. Number 12, dreaming habits and lucid dreaming, getting into the dream exploration, expanding beyond just what we are doing here within the physical. Number 13, currently light guardian embodiment techniques and practices. So those are the current 13 shift missions, but they are currently coming soon. So you can see the titles there, but I still have to like write all those up. That's still some of the work that I have to do. But again, you can imagine that once those are fully active, people will be able to land on the site and be able to be like, whoa, there's a quest for me to do. Sweet. I'm going to start here. And then as they do this, they begin to explore, they begin to open up new chapters, and they begin to find new ways as to how to be involved with the game. So again, guys, like the big part of this project is just like trying to create the inspiration for people to choose to be the change they wish to see. And the game is kind of like a pathway. It's a container to invite them into that themselves. So there's a few more buttons on the website that I'm just going to go over with you guys real quick. In the bottom right, you got your chats. So I can actually see there's about 5 people on the website in the chat right now. So, yo team. So what I want to do, I just want to be able to invite the people who are tuned into this, possibly River, Bren, Sean, and Zoe, and anybody else. Please feel free to drop a comment in the live chat. So what you'll actually notice before I get up to the top left is that on the website, you're going to have 2 chats. If you are logged into the website as a member, you have your members chat, your team chat, and then you have your live chat button, which is the global community live chat as well. So basically you can be able to use both. The live chat, that's just community live chat. Like that's like anybody can post in there. The team one is going to be like more like right for the coordination with the team and everything. And so going back up to the top left, up in the top left, you have your PSC TV buttons. And this is like very exciting stuff that I'll just, again, kind of run over with you guys real quick. And then from here, we're going to bring in some other shifters. So again, I just want to be able to invite people to join into the Hangout now. So if anybody on the team wants to join the Hangout, join now, because I'm going to open up the microphones in the next little bit once we're done just kind of explaining these upgrades within the website, and we'll be able to hear what some of you guys are working on as well, because that is a big part of these the team building hangouts, is being able to listen to what it is that we are in the process of creating, or what we want to be able to create as well, and collaborating and seeing how we can assist each other as well. That's weird. Zoe, you're saying I think it's full. It is definitely not full. Zoe, double check, because if it's saying it's full, or if you're getting an error, just try another browser. Sometimes Google Hangout is glitchy. And again, there's like some stuff in this that's like just kind of dealing with the technology. Some stuff is kind of a little bit still glitchy. It's not always within our control, but sometimes it just takes a refresh on the page. So again, guys, I'm just going to go over some of the more updates on the website. On the website, you got your PSC TV up in the top left. And this is a huge thing within the game that I'm very, very excited to be able to share with you guys. And is it going to load properly? It may not load properly right this second. I'm going to actually just do something real quick, and then we're going to switch that over so I can see if I can fix this. So again, guys, thank you so much for being a part of this broadcast. If you're looking to be involved with the team, then you are more than welcome to. All you got to do is create your profile through the main website. And then again, just jump on the website. Like now that the game is relaunched, like now that like everything after this broadcast is like us going into this project in a very exciting way, meaning that I'm inviting people to be on the website as much as they choose, and to be able to collaborate as teams, and to be able to use the voice chat, and to be able to focus together and work together on creating quest journals and conscious articles and conscious media that is going to help continue to inspire people, invite them back to the Paradigm Shift Central project as well. And in that sense, also being able to potentially help inspire them to be able to create a paradigm shift community where they are, or at the very least, even doing something like free hugs, you know, they'll find the website and they'll be like, whoa, you know, like a whole people, a team being able, like a global team of people doing free hugs and hacking the matrix with love. That's awesome. I want to be a part of that. So, all right. So what I'm just going to do, I just fix what I needed to fix real quick. And then I'm just going to show you guys the PSC TV after I have some of my smoothie real quick. So just as a heads up, guys, this broadcast is going to end at 11:30. After that, I'm inviting people to stay on the website. And then for the teammates, we're going to jump in the voice chat and we're going to continue using the voice chat because there's some stuff that I'm going to be working on later tonight. So that will move us into the practice of using the voice chat. Going up to the top on the website, let me just switch back over to screen share real quick. I'm just going to go over to the last few buttons on the website. So up in your top left within your HUD, you and that pop-up that pops up with like the live, like when it says like broadcasting live now, that only pops up on the main home screen. Once you go off the main home screen, it doesn't pop up, and it's only relative to the fact that we're live right now. So up in the top left, you got the PSC TV button. This is like, again, one of my favorite features within the new updates, and let's see, it should work right now. There we go. Okay, perfect. So within the PSC TV, this is something that we've been engineering for a while. Basically, PSC TV is this little button in the top left of the website, and every time that you click it, it's just going to pull up a new video for you within a collection of like over hundreds and hundreds of community videos that have been created over the years. So by opening up PSC TV is essentially a place for you to be able to stream endless inspiration. So it's similar to like drawing a tarot card. So say you're just on the website throughout the day, or say you're a new person to the website entirely. You click on this button, and then boom, like a video pops up for you that happens to be like the video that you're meant to hear in that moment. So I'm going to like notice just how I click this again. Every time it's going to open up a new one. So there, I clicked it there, and now it's going to like pop up a video of like a free hugs video that we did from almost a year ago. And then I'll just kind of like scan through this, even though I know it's not really something that we can like watch at the moment. But yeah, this is like a video of us doing free hugs from Canada Day back during last year. So again, the PSC TV button is super powerful, super potent. And again, those videos are constantly being collected through the community videos that people are creating. So if you want your video to be included in PSC TV, all you got to do is contribute it through a Quest journal to the main website and make sure that we have it there, and then we'll be able to include it into PSC TV. Because anything that is in PSC TV, it's going to be pulling stuff from years ago. So that's kind of the really, really cool part about how it works, is that everything old becomes new again. A video that I might have posted or you might have posted like 3 or 4 years ago could synchronistically show up for someone through PSC TV next week, in a month from now, you know, like, and so it's creating this, like, is like dissolving time, which is again a very exciting part of the game updates of this game relaunch. So again, you got your PSC TV. Right next to that, you got your button that says new videos. So you click your new videos, and state the obvious, this is where you get to watch new videos. This is going to pull up in the frame in the window there. And then from there, you'll be able to see about, I think it's about like 40 or 50 of the recent videos that you'll be able to pull up. And through there, again, it's just another quick way to be able to explore. And within the new videos, you'll be able to also be able to see feeds to the current live broadcast and maybe happening, and any other future live broadcasts. So if you're just like looking to like get like updates like really quick, go to the new videos, and again, like check the new videos every now and then, see what new videos are new. So I'll just kind of, I want to get to the other buttons real quick. We're going to switch things over to like people talking in the chat by 10:30. So again, we still just have Kyle in the Hangout right now. And again, this is part of the exploration of doing the Hangouts this way, because in the past we would like get people to join and then like wait until we had like 5 people ready to join before we switched over to live. But I want to be able to get in the habit of like having that like hard start time. Yeah, Zoe's trying to join, I know, but for some reason she's having trouble with it. Hold on here. So what was I gonna say a second ago? There's one other thing I was thinking I was gonna mention. We'll get back to it, I guess. Yeah, okay, so I'm just going to switch back to the buttons here, guys, because there's just a couple other buttons that we just want to mention as we go through this. So switching back to screen share. Up at the top, again, you got your PSC TV, your new videos, and then you got your radio tab. Your radio tab is really cool because on your radio tab, you've got a SoundCloud playlist, which actually has music from different people within the Paradigm Shift community, such as Danny, such as Dean Henderson. We got some Alea Nero in there. She's just awesome. So that's why we got in there. We also got going to be having some stuff by Jeremy in there very soon. And we also got some stuff by Drew Trollock in there as well. And a few other people. Got some stuff by Jeremy, another Jeremy in there as well. So this is like a really cool place where, in coordination with the music team, you'll actually be able to find some really cool and inspirational music that you'll be able to listen to through the website. So you can actually like play it, and then you can close the tab, and then it will still keep playing until you refresh the window. Up at the top of the radio window, you also see that there is a Paradigm Shift Radio sort of like tab thing majig. Other versions of what we'll be doing in live broadcast will include not necessarily a Google broadcast or a YouTube Hangout through Google Hangouts, YouTube broadcast and everything like that, but it'll just be like pure audio. So there will be times where I'll say like, hey, I'm broadcasting live on the site, and it'll be just through the audio. And if you just go to the radio, you'll be able to tune in simple through that way. And then at the bottom of the radio tab, you've got your links to the broadcasts, the broadcast recordings. And again, if you click on the podcast icon, then that is where you open up the MP3. And if you click on the title, those will open up into Blog Talk Radio. But again, that's where you can listen to past broadcasts and be able to download MP3 so you can take files on the go. So that's Paradigm Shift Radio. So another thing that we got, Paradigm Shift Vote. So the Paradigm Shift Vote is still in a very experimental phase. I'm still feeling it out as to like how exactly it's going to work out best. But this is essentially a place where we get to place a vote for a shifter of our choice every 12 hours as a point that accumulates. And then the people who are being voted for are people who have contributed quest journals within the past recent while. And then by the time that the current round ends, the people with the top three amount of points, with the top three with the most amount of points will actually get 20 shift button credits. And again, so the shift button credits are something that they can include in a future shift button order, or if they're signing up for the Patreon in the near future, or if we are allocating funds from the Patreon to be able to pay for the shipping, then they can get those sent ahead of time. But it's a way to be able to essentially create like a form of energy exchange for people who are creating within the website, which does go hand in hand with other stuff that I want to be able to mention later, but being able to literally pay people who are working on stuff on the website, like literal money, real money, through the support of the team Patreon. So within the vote, again, if you were to just like go here to the vote, and we're going to send a vote to Brianna, and again, you can kind of like see a link to their profile as well as a link to their recent articles. Then you go down to the bottom and you press give love. Then you'll see how many votes have been taking place. So there's 45 votes. And again, you guys can check that out and take part in the shift vote. Again, I still got to explore kind of like the best way to be able to present that. It's still something that I want to be able to like make a little bit more like customization features on as well. So those are all your menus up at the top. Again, guys, you got PCTV, new videos, radio, vote, and then you got your quest journal, central news, conscious articles, and shift missions. And then the bottom left, you got your voice chat, your ping map, your team map, your player activity, and your menu. So you can see it's all very simple. Everything is there for a reason. In the bottom right, other thing that I didn't mention yet is in the right-hand side column, you also have all of your share icons. Those will come in handy for getting into the habit of quickly being able to share articles that are on the website and quest journals on the website. And all you got to do is click those, and they will like link into your social media platforms, such as your Facebooks, your Twitters, and also Reddit, Googles, and StumbleUpon as well. And you can also send it to directly to email and also SMS for people who are on mobile. So the last button that we got is this little Paradigm Shift sigil button in the bottom right-hand corner. And this is like a real treat to be able to have this here. So when you click on this, this basically activates the portal. And so basically the idea behind having this button is that without having a name on this button, the intention behind this button is to be able to meditate when you pull these up, and to be able to project your intention through like the process of clicking this button. So every time you click the Paradigm Shift Central button, you can allow it what it means to mean to you. And it is a process to be able to check in, to be able to meditate, and also to be able to connect with the team energy and to be able to project your intentions out into the grid. So like as you're kind of playing the game, you can kind of do that. You can kind of click on the button and pull that up. Now, the cool thing is that there's more than one animation. And some of these animations are actually very educational. So as you kind of scan through these, you'll be able to see some like psychedelic mandalas. And again, if you were to do like open-eyed meditation on these, you're more than welcome to. That's a big part of the reason why I created this, so that you can kind of do open-eyed meditation on the fly. And again, we're just going to go through here. So you got some like star tetrahedron inside of itself, again, kind of mapping out a lot of the as above, so below sort of like concepts of reality. Then going forward, you got your toroidal vortexes. So imagine somebody just landed on this website for the first time and they just click this button for the first time and they're just clicking through this for the first time. These images are not just there just to be like, oh, that's cool. They're actually here to kind of like tell a story and to remind people. So you kind of go through here, you got your toroidal matrix, and then you got your like galaxy spirals. And then you got your fractal animations as well. And again, these graphics are currently basically all at this current time, they are stand-ins. These are from artists just across the internet. Unfortunately, I am in the process of still being able to find out who each of the artists are. A lot of them just kind of came out through Tumblr and stuff like that. But eventually, these animations will be replaced by animations created by team members through the animations team into the future as well. So I'll be making a bunch of animations to be able to replace these animations with our own versions of similar things in the future as well. So moving forward, just a couple more animations here. You got, again, you're sort of like a 64 star tetrahedron grid, which is pretty trippy, kind of just meditating on that. And then again, kind of like similar, just trippy graphics, animations of like sacred geometry and stuff. And you got some Fibonacci spirals, and just clicking through these, you got quite a few. And then again, you got some sort of like hexagram animations spiraling in. And then you got some pinecone spiral animations. And then you got more pinecone spiral animations. Then you got a psychedelic portal. And again, if you were to like load these up on the computer and even on your mobile, they'll play back pretty decently. Then you got some more sort of like holographic animations. And then you got some like Idra's Net psychedelic grid animation, and another portal for you to go through. And then from there, if you just click the button again, that will close up and you're back exactly where you were on the website. And then, so again, scrolling down the website, everything else on here is pretty much just like navigatable in a very simple way. So you can go through here. If you just go, again, from the main Paradigm Shift Central website, go to enter game, it's going to take you to this page. This is the home screen. And then from here, you got all your like central news updates, your newest videos, your quest journals, your conscious articles, your upcoming broadcasts. So again, you can see the upcoming broadcasts. Currently, we are on Thursday, June 1st. The next event, not just a broadcast, is the shift team's work period, which again is going to be Monday at 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's going to be a literal work day. For those of you who want to be involved with that, you'll be able to drop in at any point throughout the day. I'll be working. And if anybody is joining me, then just please feel free to sync up and we'll be able to collaborate. And then just mentioning ahead of time, the next live official broadcast is actually going to be a full moon guided story meditation, which is going to be happening next Thursday. So there's a lot of work that I have to do to be able to prepare for that. But I really want to be able to just like say that I'm doing it that way, so it will help me focus on doing it. So I'm looking forward to being able to do that for you guys. I got a story idea in mind. And again, those are going to be like guided visceral story meditations. And then from there, the next event will be again on the next Monday, the shift team's work period. And then very excitingly, the week after that will be a broadcast of Dream Class on Tuesday. We're going to be restarting Dream Class on Tuesday. And that's, again, going to be starting at 9:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on Thursday, we have Destiny School. And the Destiny School, which, again, is always a different topic that week for June 15th, the topic is going to be the consciousness of animals. So that's going to be a very, very cool. And again, that's an opportunity where we encourage people to be able to do a little bit of research on a topic and be able to present it to the class as well. And then from there, the cycle kind of repeats itself with a community admin meeting happening the week afterwards on a Wednesday, because I will not be available on a Thursday. So other than that, though, the schedule is always something on Thursday, and then every other Tuesday for Dream Class, and every Monday is a Shift Teams work period. And so again, just scrolling down here, you'll see the Shift Teams. And again, the Shift Teams are a big part of what the game is evolving into in terms of us being able to categorize and centralize our focus as those of us who are kind of like leaning towards specific skills and traits that we carry within the game. So that is why we have the mental health team. That is where people will be able to collaborate in talking about mental health. People will be able to be there as support. People will be there to ask questions as well. You have your video production team that right now I am the only person in that team. So if you're interested in video production, please feel free to join that team. That's where we'll get into the habit of talking about video production, talking about projects that we have on the go. Then we have the dreams team. The dreams team is essentially an extension of the Paradigm Shift Dream Class, where the conversation about dreams continues throughout the week when people talk about dreams and post in the forums. And every single team has pretty much its own mini website within the website. And then you have your conscious article team. And again, that's a place where people can coordinate talking about articles before they get to posting them live, and they can brainstorm and share ideas together. The reality encyclopedia team, that's an encyclopedia we're going to be creating for the website in the future. The animations team. And again, I'm looking for people to help out with the animations team. That's going to be very, very important. And yeah, that's something that we'll be doing a lot of the motion graphics, bumpers for videos, the portals for the website, and lots more. Then, of course, you have your mobile app team. That's going to be people helping out with the creation of the Paradigm Shift mobile app in the future. Though essentially, right now, the main website is the app. I've been saying that for the longest time. Like, why do you need to make an app when you can make a website that works as well as an app? So that's essentially what I've aimed to do, is essentially aim to like make the website work exactly how we want it to, but we still are going to be able to create some form of app, and we're going to brainstorm that and figure out what the Paradigm Shift app will be. Will it be its own version of Pokemon Go with shifters and portals and everything? Very likely. And then, of course, you got your music team, and that's where people within the community are creating music and posting as well through there. And that's music that is being created that is also being able to cross-reference over with the video production team and any of the other people who are looking to be able to collaborate and use music being created by community members, and including credits and links back to their work. So those are the Shift teams, guys. So if you're on the main website, please feel free to check those out. All the Shift teams are currently open, so you can join the Shift teams of your choosing. And again, the Shift teams are where we'll kind of be coordinating things come Monday. So stay tuned on the website. Let me know where you want to be involved. Let me know how you want to create things. And again, let me just finish scrolling down here. So scrolling down here, you got your moon clock. And then scrolling down here, you got your promotions for your Shift buttons and a link to the team Patreon. And I will just talk about the team Patreon very quickly here. So I'm just going to click on the team Patreon, because that is a core part of the Paradigm Shift Central project. And then from here, we're going to switch over and get some other people within the team on the chat, and we'll just kind of brainstorm and talk about how things are looking, and you know what you guys think of the project, and what it is that you guys are going to be creating. So the Paradigm Shift Central Team Patreon is essentially the micro contributions that allow this project to continue to operate. Creating this project is like something that I've been doing for years and years and years, and it's at the point where I'm able to continue working on it as my full-time commitment. And I need you guys to understand this, just so you understand like why the importance of the Patreon is there in the first place. So again, you know, like the Paradigm Shift Team Patreon is essentially one of my major sources of income. Now, that's not to say all the money is going directly into my pocket, by no means, but the money is supporting my livelihood as a director for the project, as well as being able to go right back into the project through the costs of the website and through the creation of Shift buttons, and by being able to give out free Shift buttons to people, and by being able to pay for shipping, and by being able to do Facebook promotions and lots of other cool things, and by being able to pay people on the Shift teams for their time as a project continues to evolve. So the way how the Patreon works is that people sign up for a monthly micro donation of just $3 to $5. And then through doing that, they also get the Shifter Booster Kit. And again, the Shifter Booster Kit comes with over $70 worth of content to be able to use to help accelerate the shift where you are. And that's, again, the Shift buttons, and the Shift buttons have the website on them, so you can give those to people. And then if you're your Paradigm Shift community is up and active, you can give them the shift button, tell them to check out the team map, and they'll find your community. Super simple. You'll see things are getting very hyper. The more that the website, now that the website has evolved, now that the website is really activated, the shift buttons are even more powerful, are even more potent. So again, guys, through the contributions through the Patreon, that is a huge part of what makes this project possible. So all we're asking is a monthly micro donation of $3 to $5. Everything through the project is free. And that is where the people who are able to contribute are greatly appreciated in being able to help continue to allow everything to be free for the community. So if you're tuned into this broadcast and you're just like, yeah, you know, I like what this project is about. I like the fact that it's free. I like the fact that Brendan has put in so much work into this project, and I want to see it continue to evolve, and I want to be involved with it. I want to be able to see this project as our project. Then being able to contribute as a Patreon supporter is a huge way to do that. Now, I will just mention that the Patreon supporter amount, just to give some clarification, has kind of like, you'll notice that the numbers kind of fluctuate. And I just want to bring some clarity to that. A lot of people are still signed up for the Patreon, but their cards aren't always going through. So technically there's like 180 people signed up on the Patreon, but only 116 of them, our cards are going through. So there was a time where the Patreon was showing up at being over 900, and now it is currently floating at 640. So those numbers are processing because it's the beginning of the month, and that's when the donations go through. So if you're involved with a Patreon, be sure to make sure that your donations, if you want, are going through, and if you need be, to update your card, because going through and individually messaging people one-to-one takes a lot of time, and I'm not against doing it, but the more that people are able to manage their card information on their end just does help a lot with like the overall process of managing the team Patreon. So we're going to work on getting more people signed up for the Patreon in the first place, but essentially we also want to be able to get people who have already signed up to be able to reactivate their cards. But if they need to keep them on hold for the time being, that is totally cool as well. And that's been the case with a lot of people. You know, they'll be like, yeah, I got to put my card on hold for a while, but I'm still happy to support you, and I'll switch back on gear like once I'm able to. And that's, again, that's totally cool. That's like thinking with the Patreon. It's super flexible, and it's a big lesson in just like being able to trust in the process for myself as a creator. So I'm just going to post a link to the team Patreon. And I will say, if people want to sign up for the team Patreon within this broadcast, huge bonus points for you guys. I'd love to be able to get a few people signed up for the team Patreon within this broadcast as we continue to work towards our next team milestone within the team Patreon, which technically would be 700, though technically it's 800 because technically cards are being processed, and technically I feel like we're over 700, but we'll see. We'll see where we are in a few days once people kind of update their cards. But again, as the donations continue to evolve, as the Patreon continues to evolve, that's where we get to the point where, as people within the shift teams are contributing, I'm literally able to be like, here is money for your time. So like, what happens when this project evolves? What happens when this project as a media production team has sustained itself, where we're getting, you know, like $3,000 worth of income every month? That is actually creating an opportunity for us to be able to give that money to other shifters as we continue to build the project. And then essentially in the same way that I've created this form of sustainability and regenerative model for my own income, is also being able to help support others through the contributions through the project. So, you know, people can say like, oh yeah, you know, like I work a full-time job, or I work a part-time job, but then I also do work for Paradigm Shift Central, and that like brings in a couple $100 by the end of the month sometimes, depending on how much work I do. So again, like that's like a big part of what I want to be able to do for people within the project, is be able to support them by being able to create an opportunity for them to be able to be supported, for them to be able to get like, you know, financial support through the time and the creation that they're doing. And I can also pay you guys in shift buttons as well. Okay, I just want to kind of take a moment here to check in, guys. And if you guys are just like listening to this, if you guys are tuned into the live chat, just please feel free to drop in 1111, and we'll just take a moment here to answer any questions that anybody may have related to what it is that we are talking about within the broadcast. So I'll just keep an eye on the YouTube, but I also just wanted to be able to just take a moment here to chat with the team members as well, because I know Zoe is actually Zoe is having a hard time logging in for whatever reason. But again, Zoe, I don't know if there's much that I can say to you that's going to allow you to be able to log in. What is it? And Ashley is looking to sign up. Sorry guys, I'm just kind of loading things up here. Yeah. If there's any issues with the website, guys, like any technical issues that you guys are noticing, then please feel free to let me know. Wow, okay, it looks like Ashley is getting some glitches on the website. Yeah, Ashley, I'll help you out with that a little bit later on. But I'll post a link. I'll post a link into the live chat just on the main website. So here is the direct link to join the Hangout. So rather than just having it at this current point just open to team members, we're just going to open it up to other people in the community who may want to be able to join. So if you are looking for the link to join, then go to paradigmshiftcentral.com and just open up the live chat and you'll be able to see it there as well. So is my Facebook working? Let's see. All right. So yeah, let me just check in with my notes, guys. We're going to switch things over. I'm going to bring Kyle on in a second, and we're just going to kind of communicate and just be able to talk back and forth. I'm just going to take a moment here from babbling and take a breath. And yeah, I want to be able to just like hear some insight from you guys as to what's you feel. What are you feeling? What do you think of the upgrades for the website? So again, like it's funny because in a lot of ways, now that I've kind of completed the main aspects of these upgrades, I'm like, wait, like wasn't the website always like this? You know, like I swear it was always like this, but it wasn't. It was definitely not. You know, like a few weeks ago, it was not the same website. You know, like loading issues and just interface was different, menus was different. And then I was just like, you know what, like I'm going to town on this. I'm gonna learn how to like code this properly, and I'm gonna make some awesome stuff. And we're really gonna turn this into the game that it is. So let me just check. I've got some chat happening in the team chat. Cool. Sean's just sharing some of his links to his Instagram. And I'm just going to check that. So again, guys, if you guys are tuned into this broadcast and you guys want to be able to interact even further, after this broadcast ends, just be on the main website, hang out, and jump in the live chat, and we'll be able to communicate through there. And yeah, that's essentially like what I want to be able to do with you guys, is be able to coordinate our collective efforts through the website on a regular basis. So if you're looking to play the game, bookmark paradigmshiftcentral.com. Make sure that you got it bookmarked and be able to just check in on a regular basis. And by checking in, like literally just kind of like go to the live chat and just be like, you know, like this is Skull Babylon reporting in, or whoever you are reporting in. So yeah, guys, again, thank you for your patience. Thank you for your understanding in all this. For the team Patreon, I know I didn't mention the link, but the link is patreon.com/Brendan Culleton. If you're on the main website, you can go to the menu and then go to the Patreon through there. I'll be doing some more work on the Patreon. That's essentially going to be like a huge mission for me this month, is being able to bring more attention to the team Patreon and helping get that back up to where it was and ongoing. And yeah, there's a lot that's going to be happening with the project, guys. And again, like a big part of it is going to just be focusing on like stuff that's going to be happening outside of the broadcast, and just like creating that community for us to be collectively continue to support and inspire one another. Because I think that's a big, big thing with when I created this. And I'm just going to say this real quick, and I'm going to bring Kyle on in a second. Is that, for people who are, light workers, who are star seeds, whatever we want to call them, it's not uncommon for them to kind of have a hard time in this life, and to struggle and to run into difficulties, and to even feel isolated and to become apathetic. This project is created as a place so that, like, for those who may be feeling that part of reality kind of like coming into their existence, this website is a way to sort of be able to help, like, be the medicine that will continue to allow us to be like, oh wait, like I'm a part of a kick-ass team. Like I have an objective. I can do something that will make a difference. I'm going to create media. I'm going to create art. I'm going to build my paradigm shift community. Like this is how you play the game. Like the ways how you play the game are manyfold. And again, like they're creating the media, they're building your community, they're doing free hugs, they're giving out your shift buttons. Going out and doing free hugs and giving out shift buttons is a super awesome real world part of this game. So again, if you really want to be able to like play that part of it, get yourself some shift buttons and experience it for yourself. So let me just check back in on the YouTube. Okay, so Time Lord got the puzzle on the main website login, so that's good. Yeah, again, guys, a big part of the challenge on this is being able to like host a broadcast while also wanting to be able to like post stuff to Facebook, letting people know that we're live. Unfortunately, like that's not really like what I can do all the time. So that's where we're kind of mitigating that by being able to create the schedules and the routines for people so that people know that future broadcasts are happening at 9:36 so that they can show up without me even necessarily having to tell them. That is like the best notification. It's the one where I don't even have to tell you, but you already know what's happening because you've checked the website, because you know the routines. So all right, so I want to be able to again invite Kyle into the broadcast, and we only got about 45 minutes in this primarily right now, but I'll be able to keep an eye on like the live chat for people communicating through the live chat. But if you can join the Google Hangout, please feel free to do that. And yeah, we'll just continue to sort of open up discussion. And yeah, thank you again, guys, for tuning into this. So Kyle, if you're there, please feel free to switch your stuff over and say hello. So aloha, Kyle. And Kyle, I don't think we got audio coming through for you just yet. So if you just want to double check that, go ahead. When you get a second, I'll let you know once it's good. So I think Kyle's just kind of getting it figured out. So again, guys, there's a lot of stuff. So I mean, like creating this website and everything has been a big objective for me. But there's a lot of other stuff that I intend to be working on, such as like a new Mystic Spider-Man video, the first Mystic Spider-Man video, which will be coming out in the near future, which I think is going to be really awesome because there's some crazy synchronicities between me doing that and like the actual Spider-Man movie coming out very soon in July. So I think it's going to be pretty exciting to see that. Because again, like I was doing this before that movie was in production. Or was like a thing, or was like, you know, like close to release and stuff. But it's really interesting, just like the similarities between the Spider-Man movie and what it is that I'm doing, especially in terms of like creating our own media and creating social media and just a very friendly neighborhood aspect of it. Because of what I'm doing, I'm like, for those of you who aren't familiar, my Mystic Spider-Man is like me going out and doing free hugs dressed up as Spider-Man, Mystic Spider-Man to be specific. It's my own variation of it. It's like the multi-dimensional version of Spider-Man, the metaphysical version of Spider-Man. And also, again, like by doing free hugs and everything like that, it is just like accelerating the shift, doing the shiftivism, but also being able to help create this bigger mythos of what it means to be a real world superhero, knowing that it doesn't necessarily always mean to be in some sort of fancy suit or anything. So if you guys haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube and you'll be able to see it through there. Oh man, that's Zoe is not able to join the Hangout for whatever reason. Zoe, join the Hangout. That's yeah. See, I don't understand why you guys aren't able to join the Hangout if that is a case for you, because there's nothing that I've done different relative to that. But I know sometimes Google Hangout, unfortunately, could be glitchy. So yeah, again, there's a lot of other stuff I'm going to be working on. Kyle, go ahead, try just maybe leaving and rejoining because I don't think your mic's hooked up properly right now. But that's all right. So yeah, guys, there's a lot of awesome stuff coming up within this project. I want to be able to like, I mean, I know it's complicated what we're doing, guys. I know what we're doing is not necessarily for everyone. But again, like that's where what it is that we're doing, I don't want to just try and like get this message out to like, you know, thousands of people right away. know 1,000 people probably don't really have the same degree of interest in this project that a small group of people will. There are versions of this, there are aspects of this project that are intended to reach a lot of people. But like these team building hangouts can sometimes be very technical oriented. But again, I want to be able to like think about this as a media production house. So in that sense, I want to be able to sit down and have team meetings. I want to be able to talk about strategy. I want to be able to talk about logistics. So but yeah, like for example, like the global meditation coming up, that will be a way to just kind of be able to invite people into the website in a more kind of like casual sense. So again, since this broadcast is kind of like a little bit different, we are kind of experimenting with the process of being able to have people join on the fly. I don't want to say like, oh, it's not working. It's just the fact that we're doing it the first time. So there's going to be like a little bit of an adjustment process. But yeah, that's part of my job, is to be able to do my best to relay the information so that people can coordinate, so that people can join in the future. Because that's what I want to be able to do in the future. I want to be able to do the broadcast where we know they're starting at 9:36. Therefore, people on the team show up at that time or a bit before that time, and they join ahead of the time, instead of me having to like always spend sometimes what can feel like way more time than I want to spend just like doing the promotion stuff. Like I want to do the promotion stuff like very tactically. Like I want to be like not just work harder with the promotion stuff, but I want to work smarter with the promotion stuff. And a big part of that is also, again, through you guys being aware of what the schedules are for the website, for the broadcast coming up. So I apologize, guys, for anybody trying to join and not being able to join. I really am not entirely sure why it's doing that. But again, if you guys are tuned into this, please feel free to interact. And if you have any questions, leave those in the live chat as well. But yeah, like as a party that this broadcast is, it's like, this is a party. Are you sure, Brendan? It's just like, it is. It is a celebration, because I think like where the website is now is essentially like what it has been building up to for close to like 7, 8, 9 years since it's like begun in its production. So for me, like this is a very exciting thing to be able to share with you guys, these new updates. So sweet. Okay, guys. I need to take a breather. Again, I just invite you guys to just like take a moment here to breathe. I don't normally like literally just talk the entire broadcast. Again, that's where having other people in the broadcast is the ideal version of it. Oh, it sounds like we got someone in. Yo, there he is.
Hey,
yo, Kyle. Hey, man.
Weird loop. All right, gotcha.
Awesome. Kyle, thanks for joining, man. Much appreciated.
Oh man, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here, dude. I'm stoked.
Awesome, man.
Really cool.
Thanks, man. I feel like there should be a couple other people joining. Again, I feel like Ashley is going to possibly join. Zoe was trying to join. Danny may be joining. And again, if anybody else wants to join, you guys are welcome to. But yeah, Kyle, you've been kind of tuned in for this broadcast. You've already checked out the website prior to and everything. But yeah, just kind of like looking for general thoughts and feedbacks and everything. What are you thinking? What's it looking like on your end?
Yo, the website is beautiful. It's amazing. I went there. I was like, yo, it's a totally different website, man. It's a totally different website, bro. It's awesome. It's fantastic. Now I got some good things in the works. I like how you were talking about having different sections of shiftivism, like for people who are searching for a certain style. And like that's one of the things I learned when I went on my journey across the country for the second time. Because the first time I had a journey across the country with the military, and the second time I did it was like through meeting all these people and like going on this crazy adventure. It was wild. I kind of want to talk about that a little bit, but check this out. What you were talking about, like went along perfectly with what I was thinking, because I was thinking, I was kind of thinking the same thing of like what was going on, and like things were starting to get hectic and a little unorganized, and there were so many people coming through the door, and so many people who wanted to, like, you know, say something for like 6 hours at a time, and it was like getting over the top. You know what I mean? It was like, what do we do? How do we do this? It's like, boom. I love how you said that earlier when you were like, all right, we're gonna, you know, we'll have a section for mental health, we'll have a section for this and a section for that. Different areas. That is beautiful. I love the way that this website looks. I think that the layout is definitely like the way you've got all the little animation, all the animations set up. It's easy to use. It's very, very pleasant on the eyes, and I don't know, it just draws you into that, you know, sort of like transient, psychedelic, sort of like trance phase kind of reality. It feels like home, kind of comforting for me a little bit, just because I like recognize those symbols and the geometric patterns and the way that it's actually laid out. You know what I mean? But the things that I learned when I was going cross country, and the things that I think everybody learned, because I think that shit happened exactly as it was supposed to for everybody, and I think everybody walked away from that situation like baffled as fuck. But yo, what you said, like what you're doing with this website and the way that you're putting this vision out, is exactly what was like the issue with everything. So it was like you've already like dissected it, you know what I mean, and put it to the side. It was like, boom, you've got this just organization of all these different slots, and this literally it's crazy as fuck, because, or sorry, it's crazy because what you were talking about is literally like the organization that I was sort of kind of like trying to figure out, because there's a lot of different things that you run into when you try and, you know, make or build a physical community, and bring people together, or try and do something for a cause or something. You know what I mean? When you go out, not like going out or whatever, when you go and meet anybody on the street, when you go and meet, you know, or bringing anyone into a project like that, and there was this mass overflow, kind of like a tidal wave of people just running, flocking to it, and all that sort of, I don't know, it's like that's what the game plan is, yes, but then it got over the top. It was like, oh, what do we do? You know what I mean? Like, dude, that's amazing. Wow. I don't know. It's fucking amazing, dude.
Thanks, man. Yeah,
No,
like,
no, no, like it's absolutely amazing.
well, again, man, like we're still like right with the relaunch of this game, like we're still like right at, again, like this new beginning. So again, like that's where like I'm really just kind of being very patient with what it is that we are creating right now, because I want to see who's showing up, like who's getting the signals that we're currently putting out before we try sending out like mass signals and stuff like that, right? Like I
Yeah,
know
I
there
know
there
exactly
are,
what you're saying.
yeah, like I know there are, like, you know, like I want to say, like, you know, a small group of people. That number is kind of relative, because small could be like 15, 20, 50, 100. You know, there's a group of people who have been connected through the project, who have been following, who have been aware of what we're doing and things like that. And now, like, this is kind of like that invitation for us to like really centralize our coordination through the new version of the website. And I think you know, there's a beautiful quote out there, and I'm sure it's one that you can resonate with too, but it's like, those who wish to create, or like, I can't remember it exactly, but it's something along these lines, you know, like those who wish to create peace like must prepare and strategize for it as those who do for war, kind of thing. But it's basically, you know, it's like the art of love, like the art of war. It's like the art of like
Yeah.
using strategies and tactics and routines to be able to like create the containers for this love to be able to grow out of and everything like that. You know, I think that is a big thing that this spiritual movement needs. It needs coordination. You know, as much as we're just like, how do we change the world? Be like, we just go to the fields and frolic in the flowers and eat mushrooms all weekend and stuff like that. So like, that's great. That's part of it. Like, that's not all of it though. Like, that's not going to change everything, right? Like, how do we rebirth Babylon from within? How do we like plant those seeds like right into the core? And like, sometimes it takes that extra degree of coordination. And that's where, as this project evolves, one thing that I want to be able to do is to like get into the habit of initiating and coordinating like mass, like global synchronized free hugs events, you know, where like shifters in various cities across the world will specifically be doing like free hug events like over a certain amount of time. Now, again, it's like, isn't every day coordinated free hug day essentially, but through the experimentation of just like creating the intention of like having it within a certain time, it will just like help garner more people into the gamification of what it is that we are creating. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that this project is opening up to in terms of potential. And again, like for me, like the first, like the project, like kind of like Monday will be kind of like a very exciting day as well. As much as this is very exciting, Monday will be exciting because I want to see who shows up Monday. I want to see like who shows up to like to work, you know, like on the webs, like in through the website again, you know, like, because this is something I used to work in a media production house, and that was a building that I went to downtown. And every day we would go there. It would start at 9 a.m. And then first thing in the morning, we would always have our team meeting. So then we would talk as a team. We would talk about things that we're working on. We would talk about like any strategies and stuff. And then we would separate, and then we would all go to our computers and we would all be working. And then we would have lunch and we would meet again and stuff like that. So I want to get into the habit of like doing that, of like checking in 9 a.m. in the morning and like talking with people. And I'll still going to figure out how I'm going to do it in terms of like how much of it will be broadcasted and stuff like that. But again, all people have to do to coordinate with that is just show up at some point throughout the day between like 9 to 4 on Mondays. And again, you can check in with me. You can be like, yeah, you know, like I want to learn how to create a quest journal, or I'm thinking about creating a video. And that's where like, as my role will be to help support you through that creation process. And there's so much, man. There's so much that we'll have the chance and the opportunity to do. Like I said, like this broadcast, it's cool. It's cool that there's 10 people tuned in live for this. And this is just like the kind of like the beginnings of what is going to continue to evolve over time. It's going to be a slow and steady thing, but that is exactly what it needs to be, right? Like it needs to be that slow and steady process, because that's where we create the foundations. That's where we create that core team of people. So again, you know, shout out an invitation for people listening to this. All you got to do is just go to the website, sync up, be there, check the schedule, jump in the live chat. It's all there, man. It is all there. So yeah, sweet, man. Kyle, any other thoughts? I'm just talking to Zoe here on the side. Apparently Zoe is like not having luck with this hangout. She is trying to join this hangout, but she is just not having luck with it. So I just want to give a shout out to Zoe, because I know that she would be in this hangout if she could be in this hangout. And unfortunately,
Dylan wanted to join too, but he was having some issues.
So see, that's a weird. See, I don't understand.
He's on a tablet though, and like I didn't really have any issues.
Yeah.
Other than the direct link that you sent me was acting weird, but not through the website. Through the website worked fine.
Yeah, like I mean, I can show you guys like again, like real. I just wanted to like show even just you, Kyle, and anybody else listening to this, like in the future, if you're looking to join the Hangouts, all you got to do is go to again Central News, click the broadcast that is happening. So in this case, the broadcast for June 1st, and then I'm just going to show you the two-step process of being able to follow the links. So from there, you're going to load up this page. It's just loading a little bit slower just because we're in the broadcast right now, but it's still loading pretty fast overall. And then when you scroll down on here, you have your broadcast preface, which again, just kind of like explains things a little bit before going into it. And then as the page continues to load. Underneath the YouTube embedded video, you will see a button that says join the hangout. And then when you click that, that opens up a new window that is only available to members. And then from there, there is just a regular text link that says click here to join. So again, now I gotta scroll back up. So there, that big button that says join the hangout, that's what people want to click. So in the future, that link is going to be active before 9:36. So ideally in the hangouts, we want people to be able to like join ahead of time. And then from here, it says click here to join now. And then if I were to click that, that would take me right into the Google Hangout. And so like that will be consistent like that every time. So Kyle, does that make sense? Just asking you.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell Dylan too, but he said that he was having issues with that. He's on a tablet. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and again, like sometimes people don't have like the apps downloaded and stuff like that. So I mean, I'll do my best for people who have like technical questions that I can help walk you through this. But again, you know, it's not always, we try to make it as simple as possible, but there's always going to be like a little bit of technical hoops that you're going to have to jump through on your end as well. So I just encourage you guys to kind of like tweak and play around and be able to make it work however you need to. So yeah, so again, you know, moving forward, the focus from this point moving forward, now that the website is really there, is really functioning, is to get into the habits of having these shift team work periods, to have these ongoing broadcasts, and to also be able to get into the process of sharing the content through the website, and to be able to create more content for the website for the purpose of our own exploration as creators. So like I said, there's a lot of videos that I'm going to be working on, but I'm curious to ask you, Kyle, in terms of like where you sort of feel yourself like fitting into like the Paradigm Shift Central project moving forward. Like where do you kind of like want to be involved?
Man, I'm all about it. You know that. I had a little fall off though, but that's all right. I went through a little period of like super reflection, like
Super
kind of came out of it like sort of like the same. I mean, like I am me, man. You know what I mean? In the products, I have tons and tons of ideas, and I'm slowly getting the ability to like make the things that I want and get all the tools necessary to do that. And those products are like, me and some buddies built a forge. We're doing some blacksmithing, and antler, like deer antler handle knives and stuff. And so like pretty cool stuff that like you could actually use, and it's like a functional tool or like a novelty item, things like that. Like really cool eye grabbers. This is all going off this idea that we have for an outdoorsman style business that we're getting together to sort of like push up to do, but in the same fashion, it can create products for people. And I've always, you know what I mean, and videos, the motivational videos. I love doing that. I love getting people stoked. I love hyping people up and getting them feeling good about themselves. I really love doing that, and it's awesome. And I think a lot of people were really inspired by my articles and my videos. I think a lot of people saw them and took a lot from them. So I want to continue doing that.
Totally.
It's all possible, you know what I mean? I still have all the capabilities. I have Adobe Premiere Pro. I actually have Ableton 8 now. I have to take my computer to my buddy's house. He's got to do something with Demon Tools, but Demon Tools is acting weird, and I think it might have changed from when he used it. But if anything, I just got to pay like $5 to use Demon Tools like once, so I can download the actual program. Then I can make sounds like frequencies and stuff. You can I could actually end up making music to put on Paradigm Shift Radio, because I thought that was a beautiful thing. When you put that music on, and then it's like boom, it's like right there with the little Paradigm Shift sigil at the bottom with the portals. You know what I mean? Like the spinning portals and everything. Like that's perfect. Radio, TV, all that stuff's great. I love it. And the layout is even more simple than it was before. The layout was a little bit tricky to get down before, but like now it's super simple. Boom, boom, boom. It's like right there in your face. It's hard to miss.
Yeah.
Very easy to navigate.
Yeah, that's
I can see
basically
myself doing a lot,
keep
man.
going, yeah.
I'm very adept in a lot of different areas at this point.
Yeah,
Taking a
like
lot of time to do many different things, you know what I mean? Like writing, editing. I did a little bit of learning how to code, building things, so I can, help make products, send out to people. Still trying, entrepreneur however I can, or you know what I mean?
mhm.
And spreading the word of greatness in the universe is awesome because everybody's great. Just gotta, get to a point where they realize that.
For
That's all
sure,
it is.
man. For sure, man.
I've had a lot of crazy epiphanies. Yo, I have a crazy story for you, and this is gonna be epic. Look, okay. So like last month, I was chilling in the backyard, and it was one of those nights where you were kind of expecting it. You know what I mean? Because like it's been increasing. A lot of people have been seeing a lot more UFOs lately.
Mm.
And I looked up, and I'm pretty good at spotting satellites. So I saw one, found a satellite in the sky. And I was watching this satellite go across the sky up above my head, go down past the tree line. And not even more than 2 minutes later did I look over to my right in what I think is the eastern part of the sky from the position I was looking at. Um, there are these two blue dots traveling like this. And like I could feel them in a way. You know what I mean? Like it was weird, dude. Like they showed up out of nowhere and I could, you know what I mean? Almost like sense that they were there. And like you could tell that there was, I don't know, some sort of weird omnipotent presence, I guess. And then this one back here, as soon as I was like, yo, just, give me a sign. Like, let me know that's actually like, you know what I mean? Like you, know what I mean? Like straight up. And dude, as soon as it happened, dude, this one shot up and then they kept trailing. Like it just zoomed up to the other one and kept trailing. It was nuts. And I was trying to think, you know what I mean? It was like really stunning. I was like, wow, you know what I mean? That's like another one. Like I've seen UFOs and incidences like that, but this one was like could not have been anything else. And I was like trying to think, were they trying to like say something? Is this some sort of like decodable message? And I was thinking, I was like, well, what zodiac did they pass in the sky? What area? And then as soon as I thought that, I was like, a zodiac. And I was like, what if they're coming to explore a zodiac? Like, what if it's just a big map? What if on the other side of the galaxy, or not galaxy, the other side of the universe, their night sky, when they look through a telescope and see the Milky Way, that's part of the zodiac for them, of how they map out the sky, like we map out the sky. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's awesome, man. So like that's you basically reporting on a recent UFO sighting then, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
When was
And
that?
an idea in last month, and it's the idea that came with it, though. It's the
Mhm.
reporting of a UFO sighting, but it's the idea that came with it. That not, you know what I mean. Not saying that they're like they told me this, but like it kind of came with like a feeling, sort of like you could sense that there was something there, and then you see it, and then I don't know, man, just got this idea, and I was like, what if that's how they found us? They were just because like we look at Orion's belt and look at the nebulas in Orion's belt. You know what I mean? What if they just happen to look over at one of their star clusters, the way that they map out the sky, and maybe that's how balance works. How we worship the zodiacs and believe in that, and then maybe on the other side of the universe, it just works the same way. That's just how the universe has chosen to experience itself as intelligent life, as intelligent life abroad. You know what I mean? It's not singular to us anymore, in my opinion, at least. Disclosures, it's in front of your face if you choose it. Yes,
Word, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But if you are thinking about, the universe reciprocating itself in an infinite fractal pattern, you have to take in the account that life could not be isolated here. And if it's not, which a lot of scientific proof is gathered up to say, I don't know. We're just light particles trapped by the Higgs field, man. We're light speed particles trapped by the Higgs field, making quarks and atoms. Literally how matter exists.
yeah, man.
That's
It's
your
like,
metaphysical. That's your metaphysical connection too, through physics
yes.
and quantum physics. That is your scientific, analytical, mathematical, link to the spirit divine in us.
Yeah.
Science will make you an atheist at the beginning, but at the bottom of the glass, God is waiting for you.
I think one thing like with what you're talking about there, I love the idea of, again, like with the website, with the project and stuff, I want to be able to create all of these opportunities so that people can move forward with their life thinking in the back of their mind as themselves as a journalist, to be able to report on the shift in consciousness that way. So again, so like for yourself, when you're just like, okay, like I just had this experience, I just saw this UFO, and instead of it just being like, wow, okay, that's the thing in itself, it's like, okay, like how can I actually turn this into something that I can share with other people? How can I create this into a quest journal so that I can share this with other people? So that's like a big thing that for people playing this game, like I want people to get into the habit of starting to see the world through the eyes of a journalist, through the eyes of a documentarian, through the eyes of a person being able to share a bigger story. And so like one of the things that I want to be able to do as well, Kyle, is to actually be able to do a quest journal, specifically talking about a UFO sighting that I had like back in like years ago, back in 2011, but it was like super blatantly obvious. And I have like yet to officially make like a video for it or something like that. So what I actually want to do is create like a video and a quest journal like as one, and to be able to just like get that out there and stuff, again, just to be able to like archive my own experience and to be able to open up conversation for other people who have had their own experiences. Again, I think it's a beautiful thing to just sort of reflect on the idea that like as you open up to the idea of you being a conduit to document the shift in consciousness, then the universe will actually in some ways start showing up for you, with like the knowing that like your experience can actually become a portal for reaching a bigger part of the community as well. So like sometimes like this is a crazy thing to think, but it's just like a UFO might be like, oh, like let's like go show ourselves to Kyle, that way so Kyle can tell other people about it, right, through a quest journal or whatever and stuff like that. But again, I think it's a very powerful thing to just be utilizing these tools as storytellers to, again, be able to help expand the conversations and be able to invite friends who might see us posting into these conversations, as well. So it's just really activating that throat chakra and stuff. Kyle, I was going to say, we're going to switch things over because we're getting close to the end of the broadcast, and I want to be able to do like a quick tarot card reading before we do that. But I just wanted to be able to check in with you and any intentions that you want to set, moving forward, relative to your involvement within the Paradigm Shift Central project and anything else. So go ahead.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Just positive vibrations and geometric patterns all the way around. Yeah. I want to try and focus on some, I guess just some like, at first, trying to get some videos going again, some inspirational stuff, and try and cut right to making it like really nice. And like quick videos are good, but I want to practice on some editing, some things like that, and putting in my own sounds. So that way we can work on like real video editing, getting a lot of the nitty gritty stuff in to make real good videos. That way people want a video done or something, or they wanted something, you know, like maybe I could help them edit their videos or something. That was something I enjoyed doing. It was fun. And writing a lot of quest journals. I like doing that. And making real beefy and good. And then going through and making sure it's all, you know, nice and good. Quest journals lead up to the conscious articles. That's kind of where it's at. Conscious articles. I've yet to do one, but maybe I'll do one soon about something. A lot, like recently, lately, a lot of my interest has gone into this whole UFO thing and aliens, disclosure, and I'm kind of like out there in space right now. But whatever importance that is to me right now and how that's working is totally cool. I get it. Yeah, that's what I got.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah, like I like the idea that you're interested in like getting things going with creating conscious articles, you know, and quest journals, because again, that's stuff that me and you will be able to brainstorm on as well with other team members. And shout out to people who have recently. Shout out to Beth. I want to give a shout out to her. She had a conscious article that went up earlier this week. And again, guys, like now that the website like has been activated, we're at the point where we can like start like sharing it. Like I totally invite you guys to like help share the website. And that's like something that you'll see me doing as well as other people within the team, is that, you know, I want to be able to play this game as social media to be able to see how much we can help like people find the website, but again, being able to share the content that the community is creating. Like for me, part of the game is, for example, taking Beth's article and being able to find creative ways to help that reach more people within the community throughout social media, throughout Facebook, throughout the Facebook groups. And then in doing that, it like invites people to read Beth's content. It helps inspire Beth further, knowing that her stuff is being read. And it also helps, again, more people just like synchronistically connect to the project as well. So, yeah, guys, I want to be able to do a tarot card draw in a second. So let me just reflect on my own intentions. So taking a breath here. So my intentions are to continue to trust, to continue to show up with responsibility and also excitement to be able to continue creating what it is that we are building here as a team, to be patient in doing it. If we're going to do it, let's do it right. And to really just kind of like take the time to be able to really communicate with the team members one-to-one. Like that is what I want to be able to do as, you know, a captain amongst captains, is to get to know you guys more, is to be able to have these conversations with you. And in doing so, that's where we begin to realize where each of us fits within this ship. So again, you know, like I didn't say this specifically within this broadcast, but think of the Paradigm Shift Central website as this very real digital, virtual, metaphysical, psychedelic spaceship that we get to ride on. And how do we do it? We log into the intranet, into the internet. Again, like we are connecting through the technologies. So my intentions are to continue to evolve this project, to continue to develop the core team, and to continue to expand it to a wider audience, thus inviting more people to be a part of the core team, thus allowing more people to step into their own continued empowerment and also their own potential roles as leaders within their community, which will continue to connect with other people where they are beyond what I even see, right? Like I want that story where someone gets involved with this project, it changes their life in just a little tiny fractal way. You know, it inspires them just a little bit, but then like that moves them on this path that, you know, like creates this continuous momentum, and then they reach another person, and then they reach another person, another person, another person, another person. So, you know, ripples create waves, that whole idea. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically the intention, is to keep doing what we're doing. And yeah, just much gratitude, much love for everyone for being a part of this, for your guys' support. This is a very, very experimental thing. But again, you know, I'll just say this as we get close to it. I really like to, and I'll just emphasize this, my objective with creating Paradigm Shift, I really want us to think about as a community, what it is that we're creating is this like badass special ops, tactical, spiritual force team Omega Squad, superhero team, etc., etc., etc. Jedi, like that is, you know, that's us. That's us, you know, like I really want like just like more and more of us to show up with the tools available to be able to not just say like I'm interested in in changing the world, but I'm actively doing it through the creation of art, through my involvement with community, and I'm sharing my story because my story is thus in turn being able to help inspire other people's story. So, you know, big tagline within Paradigm Shift is aspire to inspire. So I'm going to get right into the tarot card draw, and we're going to wrap this up on schedule, keeping in with the synchronicity of our intentions to finish this at 11:36, which gives us about 10 minutes on the clock. So again, I just want to switch over here to YouTube. I just want to give a shout out to people tuning in through the YouTube, leaving comments. Shout out to Bianca. Shout out again to Sean on the website, keeping it swifty. Shout out to Bellin. Awesome. Thank you for the guys who just happen to be coming across this. So again, I'm going to draw this tarot card and I'll just invite you guys. So this is the Ananda tarot deck. This is a deck there. And again, thank you guys so much for being a part of this. And we'll move right into this. So shuffling the deck, charging it up, and allowing ourselves to receive whatever the universe has ready for us, knowing that whatever card we get is going to be like a very synchronistic card with what it is that we are creating right now. So allowing ourselves to just clear our minds. Remember, a bowl's usefulness is in its emptiness. So empty your bowl. Oh, great universe, show us what we need to see. All right, and the card is badass. I like it. The card is Flames 8. So that's what the card looks like there. Take a good look at that. I'm going to pull that up real quick within the book. Let me just pull that right up. 6, 5, 8 of spheres, 9 of flames, 8 of flames. Here we go. All right. So again, guys, listen to this. This is kind of a meditation. Think of this as like a message from the universe for you, for the Paradigm Shift Central team, for all of us. So 8 of flames, the image. Surrounded by a shadowy zodiac suspended in time, an 8-pointed star appears from the depths of the cosmos on the level of here and now. Meaning, the aspect of time has considerable importance within this card. On one hand, the signs of the times point to an immediate event. On the other hand, the choice of the right moment in time is of major importance. We must take advantage of the hour at hand. Development, process, and are sped up. Decisions should not be put off. The demand for action and reaction requires a wakeful mind and the readiness to act. The momentary situation contains the possibility of setting free the potential which lies beneath the surface, which under normal circumstances is difficult to reach. Discover what is in you. I like that. Discover, to remove the cover. What is in you? Under these circumstances, the various aspects of personality can be integrated into the self. The opportunities that arise won't come within reach again anytime soon. They should be taken advantage of as soon as they appear and used according to one's own being. One receives confirmation for that which one perhaps has already previously sensed. In spontaneity, which results from situational actions, abilities being awakened that one had never dared to dream before. That is a time that describes the setting in motion of planetary transits and progressions. Take advantage of your opportunities and react upon the impulses of your being. The truth will be revealed through you. Astrological significance. Sun, Uranus, square, semi-square aspects, keywords, casual factors, dynamics, action, reaction, bringing forth change, setting free the potential at hand, exhausting all possibilities, use of willpower, revelations, cleft between theory and practice, spontaneity, traditional meaning, progress, speeding up of development process, events that are immediate, urgency, spontaneous reaction, protection, impulsivity, and speed. So there you go, guys. Eight of Flames. And just checking out this card, yeah, that's like super beautiful. So again, like to me, like that's pretty much like a window of opportunity that we are seeing there. We hear that phrase, you know, the universe kind of has these windows of opportunities for us. And I think it's important to recognize that the universe kind of works in this way where it meets us halfway, meaning that we have to meet it halfway. Sometimes the universe will bring stuff right to our doorstep, but sometimes the universe will be like standing, you know, like out at the end of our driveway. This is a rough metaphor. And we have to like walk out of our door and meet it there. And so again, you know, like I think this goes back to our role as creators and realizing that by being more in our own state of self-assurance and confidence and practicing willpower, it allows us to show up for these windows of opportunities in ways that previously another version of self might have missed. So this is about like being able to fully activate into our potential as creators, not just for ourselves, but for those who are also affected through the actions of our actions as well. So again, you know, I feel that resonates a lot with what this Paradigm Shift Central project and where it is right now, because this is like something that has taken a lot of time to get to where we are, but the timing in it is perfect for this moment. And now we continue to move forward utilizing these new tools and these new opportunities and these new, you know, just abilities and just so many amazing things continuing to move forward as community. So again, guys, you know, I kind of had this idea, and I'll just kind of end the broadcast on this, and it's a talk that can open up into a whole nother conversation for another time. And again, for those of you listening to this, thank you so much. If you're listening to this live or in the future, jump on the website and you can continue the conversation either through the live chat or through the voice chat. I'll continue to be on for a little bit after this. My idea is that, you know, I was thinking about me creating this website, and I was like, what am I creating? You know, like why am I so called to creating this? And I realized that like me creating this in a way that's not much different from anybody else is like literally me acting out this godness within ourselves as a creator. And to be able to really create something is a beautiful, beautiful thing, because I kind of had this idea, and this is like the big idea, you know, like we are creators, but how big of a creator are we really? And I had this idea of like, what if, you know, and again, this isn't trying to like put myself in, like making myself sound bigger than I may be, but it's trying to make all of us realize how big we really are. What if like the me who is here, Brendan, what if there was like a part of me, a fractal of me that has experienced like that higher dimensional consciousness as a quote unquote deity who has literally spent like lifetimes and eons creating worlds, creating scenarios, creating opportunities for life and growth to occur. And now I've chosen to incarnate into this lifetime, as you have too, to be able to use that same power that I used to create entire worlds to now, in this circumstance, relative to my thought process, to create the Paradigm Shift Central website. Like, what if like that is like kind of like, if I can just think about it that way, it's very humbling for me to just be like, holy shit, you know, like, what if I'm actually like a god? And again, I realize how it sounds when I say this, who's like chosen to incarnate so that he could create this project, so that he could create this world, to create a world within world. So I invite you to reflect on what like worldly creations are you creating in this existence. Imagine yourself as that like bigger deity that has actually spent eons creating entire existences. There's a part of you that has done that. Imagine that, connect to that. And now realize that that is the same part of you that is coming through in what you are creating right now, be it simple things and be it big things. So again, like the Paradigm Shift Central project is something bigger that I have been building and creating for years and years of my life. And now it is at the point where like we are ready to like reap what is being sowed. It has continued to produce lots of fruit over the years, but now as this new game relaunches, the new aspect of it relaunches, we are blasting off the ship. So again, I really want you guys to like sort of visualize that metaphor of acknowledging the website as a ship. And we are now on that ship flying through space together through the hyperdimensional realities as co-creators. So that's pretty much what we got going on right now, guys. And thank you guys so much again for tuning into this broadcast. It's 11:36 on the clock. We're going to wrap this up here as it is. So again, I just invite you guys to continue to tune into the Paradigm Shift Central project ongoing by going to the main website, check out the schedule, know when things are coming up. Again, the next opportunity to interact is literally right now. Just go to the website, jump into the live chat, say, hey, I want to be involved, create your profile, and then continue to show up for the schedule. So the next thing is going to be the shift team's work period, Mondays, every Monday moving forward from here, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Show up, work together, let's create together, let's create conscious media, let's continue to collaborate, and let's continue to step into our potentials as shifters within this beautiful game that we are playing, this game of self-discovery, this game of shifting consciousness. So that's pretty much all we got to say, guys. Thank you guys so much again for tuning into this. And yeah, it's a team. That's the big thing, is that it's a team. So collective inspiration all around. So guys, thank you. Much love again. YouTube.com//Skull Babylon. If you haven't subscribed there, please feel free to subscribe. You can find me at Facebook.com/Skull Babylon. Patreon.com/Brendan Culleton. Sign up for the team Patreon when you can as a monthly micro supporter and get your shifter booster kit to help hack the matrix where you are. And of course, ParadigmShiftCentral.com and Paradigm Shift Central on Facebook as well. But with that said, we are ready to wrap up the show, and I will see you guys on the website ongoing. And I think me and Kyle will be around after this one and continue to be working for a little bit. At least I know I will be. So if you guys are still online, if you're online in the future, jump online. Let's get working. Let's do the work. Let's play the game. Let's have some fun. So we're going to say goodnight, guys. So Kyle, feel free to just unmute your microphone, and we're going to end this broadcast by saying farewell to the people of the internet. So good night, beautiful people. We love you. We love you.
Good night, everybody.
Beautiful people. Sending you love, guys. Awesome, guys. Thank you guys so much again for tuning in. Much love.
Travel well in Asheville.
Travel well. We'll see you at the Dream Tree. And as always, keep it shifty. Much love, and we will see you guys in the future. Peace and wholeness. Skull Babylon signing out. See you guys later. Peace.